Washington, D.C. We lived in the finest of homes, never really knew struggle. We left D.C. early and we went to Dale City in Woodbridge, Virginia. My brothers and I were very close. At an early age, I lost two of my brothers. Both were murdered. It was a big impact on my life. Losing them was like losing a big part of me that I never got back and never regained. And I really think their death started my downhill spiral. I started looking for a man like my dad. I wanted a provider. I wanted a family man. I wanted this house and a white picket fence because that's what I had. And as I got older, and now I realized that you really have to be mindful of what you ask for, because you just may get it. And it may not be the way that you want it, but you'll get it. And I got it. At the time, my husband was an aspiring basketball player. I found out that I was pregnant and he decided we're going to get married. I can still go off to college. You can come with me. And our life, we thought we figured it out. The night before we were supposed to get married, a feeling came over me that said run. I went to a friend's house and they were like, you know, you got this big wedding planned tomorrow. He's a good guy. And I said, I can't explain to you what I'm feeling. They called it cold feet. I said, this is more than cold feet. This is something telling me no. All of my wedding pictures, I had this look on my face like, oh my God. There was no smiles. There was no, yay, I'm married. None of that feeling. We ended up getting married. The first 3-4 years of our marriage was like any other marriage. We were young, we were struggling, but we were hanging in there. From work and I said, hey, I'm enrolled in college, you know, I can get a job, we can have 2 incomes, we won't have to struggle. And the look on his face was like, yeah, right. Because his theory was, your job is to stay home, have babies, take care of them, and take care of me. He controls every aspect of life, the finances, the everything. I get up to go downstairs and we lived in a house that had a glass door that you can lock from the inside and out. So I go to open the door and the door is locked. The windows had bars all around them. No spare key. So I go to call him and say, hey, where's the key? Because I got to get out. The receiver's gone from the phone. So I'm like, okay. Now I'm living in jail. We spent days like this, just locked in the house. If a fire was to have broken out, my kids and I would have died. This was life as I knew it. I had gone to my church at the time and I told one of the pastors what was going on. And the minister tells me, well, you're married. Divorce is a sin. The Bible doesn't condone divorce. It is something that can send you to hell. Go home and pray. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm living in jail. I'm being physically, verbally, mentally, sexually abused, and you're telling me to go home and pray. At this point in time, I'm angry at everybody. I'm angry at God. I'm angry at the church. God, where are you? Why have you forsaken me? Now we're at 7 children. I felt like I don't have money. I don't have a job. Where else am I going to go? I'm stuck in this predicament. I'd rather be dead than to go through this anymore. And me and my children left, walking down the street, not knowing anybody. A car pulls up beside us, and it was a Caucasian male. And he said, where you going? I said, I have no idea, with tears streaming down my eyes. I said, I don't know. He said, get in the car. I'm thinking, can't get no worse than what it's been. So either you're going to take us somewhere safe or you're going to kill all of us. At least we'll all be together. He took us to a shelter. We get to the shelter and they tell us there's no space. And I told her, I'll sleep on these steps every night. You open it every day when you open this door. You're going to see us, because I'm not going to leave. I cannot and will not take my children back there. The next day, God must have heard that prayer, and a family moved out and we moved in. A month later, I was back in school. I had gotten a job as a SPO, and my kids and I finally moved and was in our own space, in our own home. I say all of that to say, here I am today, and it's been 28 years since he and I have been separated. 2 months ago, I had the privilege of sitting down with a face-to-face with him and letting him know just how you made me feel. I've been in therapy, I've been in counseling, and I'm learning an effective communication that I could say to him, you know what, you disappointed me. I attend the Community of Hope AME Church under the direction of Reverend Tony Lee, where I am in leadership over the domestic violence ministry, and all I can say is God is good. Because when I thought God left me many, many years ago, He was only preparing me to be sitting here today to go back and help somebody else who has lost hope, who has lost help, because He never leaves you and He never forsakes you, because I'm living proof that I'm still here and I'm striving. I'm not a survivor, I'm striving, because I still have triggers, but I'm striving to be the best in all that God has called me to be.